If your Ireland trip will take in both Dublin and those highlights of the West Coast like Galway, the Cliffs of Moher, or Connemara, this is a flight route you might want to keep in mind. Flying round trip into Dublin Airport from North America is by far the most popular route that people take. It's usually a direct flight, and round trip is always cheaper. I mean, it just 99% of the time is cheaper. But if you're following the traditional route that the majority of visitors to Ireland take, which is land in Dublin and then head toward Killarney, whether you're going toward Cork, toward Kilkenny, through Tipperary, you're heading toward the Killarney area, you're staying in Killarney or Dingle, doing the Ring of Kerry, the Dingle Peninsula, and then heading up the west coast toward the Cliffs of Moher and Galway. If you're doing that, there is another airport that you should be considering. Are you looking for the ultimate Irish golf experience? Ireland Travel Links specializes in luxury golf tours, offering access to the finest courses across Ireland and Scotland. From legendary links like Ballybunion Old Course to hidden gems like Crutch Island, Ireland Travel Links creates personalized golfing getaways complete with top-notch accommodations and seamless transportation. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a casual player, they will craft the perfect itinerary for you, taking care of every detail so you can focus on your game. Visit IrelandFamilyVacations.com/ITL to tee off on your dream Irish golf tour today. Or learn more about Ireland Travel Links in the Traveling in Ireland podcast episode 207, A Golfer's Guide to Ireland. And that is Shannon Airport, located on the western coast of Ireland in the town of Shannon, which was actually built around the airport. The airport was there first. Going into Dublin and out of Shannon is a terrific idea. I'm going to give you just a couple of reasons why. The first reason is that it's going to give you more touring time. And I know that seems kind of weird to say because you have the same amount of touring time because you're there for the same amount of time no matter what. But if you think about it as you have to leave the western coast to get back to Dublin for your flight the next day, and you're taking the motorway, there's really one stop along that motorway unless you're getting off of it. And that would be midway in Athlone. So this is going to take you, the drive from Galway to Dublin, it's going to take you around 3 hours, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, depending on the amount of traffic you encounter. So that's about half a day of touring. And if you're just doing that drive direct, then, what could you be seeing and doing on the West Coast if you were going to leave out of Shannon, right? Another reason that this is such a great idea is because Shannon Airport is so much more relaxed than Dublin. Dublin is the largest and busiest airport in Ireland, and you need to be there 3 hours prior to your departure. Now, do you always need those 3 hours? No, there are days that you'll get really lucky and you'll be through everything in under an hour. But I've seen people miss their flights because they got a special security check, or maybe their bags were searched and delayed, or or maybe there was an issue in security. I mean, you just never ever know when you're flying. And so to be very safe, every airline at Dublin Airport recommends that you be there prior to your departure by 3 hours. And it can be a stressful 3 hours depending on if you can check in online or not. It's always very, very busy. It feels like a mass of humanity at the departures desks. So, oh yeah, Shannon Airport, it's a dream. It's an absolute dream to leave. In fact, I have arrived at Shannon Airport, dropped off my car, gotten through security, through customs, and been to my gate in 27 minutes. Now, while I do not recommend that you try to meet that record, and I would say 90 minutes to 2 hours is a much better idea, it's still a more relaxed experience. There are not the huge amounts of lines. There are not the huge amount of people. Shannon Airport is very small. It doesn't serve as many flights, and it's just a more relaxed atmosphere all the way through. So if you can leave out of Shannon, not only do you get that extra touring time that I talked about, but you're just going to have a more relaxed experience. Planning a trip to Ireland can feel a bit overwhelming, but don't worry, I'm here to help. From figuring out the best time to visit and what to pack, to understanding how to drive on the other side of the road, the frequently asked questions page at Ireland Family Vacations has all the tips and tricks you need. Are you ready to dive in? Visit IrelandFamilyVacations.com/FAQ to get all your questions answered faster than you can say sláinte. Let's make your Irish adventure as smooth as a pint of Guinness. Just visit IrelandFamilyVacations.com/FAQ to get started. Now, the opposite of that is that going multi-city, so into Dublin and out of Shannon, is usually more expensive. And there are times when it may not be possible. Late fall, winter season, a lot of North American airlines will cut their Shannon route because it just isn't, there aren't enough people on it. So it's not always possible, which is unfortunate. But if it is possible, it's probably going to cost you a little more. So when I am determining whether or not that is a good exchange of time versus money, there are a couple things that I look at. The first is, what would I spend that time doing in the West? If I weren't driving 3 to 3.5 hours back to Dublin to be close enough to the airport to get my flight the next day, what would I be doing with my time? And is it worth the price difference or part of the price difference that I'm going to pay to depart from Shannon? And then the second thing is, what is the difference in accommodation costs? Because staying near Dublin Airport or in Dublin costs more than staying on the western coast somewhere. So you could be looking at 150 to 200 euro difference per night just in that cost alone. So those are two things that I kind of weigh out. My sweet spot personally for the difference is around $200 per person in airfare. I find that it's not such a large amount that I hate paying it, and the added benefit of a little more touring time on the West and the relaxed departure in Shannon Airport makes it worth it for me. Your results may vary. I do just want to add a little note that there are other airports in Ireland that you can depart from. There are Cork, Belfast, and sometimes, depending on where you're going, you could even go out of Knock, which is Ireland West Airport. That said, the only two airports that currently offer direct flights from Ireland to North America are Dublin and Shannon airports. If you enjoyed this podcast, please leave a 5-star review at Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. If you can't leave a review on your podcast app, you can visit the Ireland Family Vacations page on Facebook and leave a review there. Or visit Trustpilot at IrelandFamilyVacations.com/trust and just say something nice. I would really appreciate it. If you have questions or comments about this episode, you can email me, Jody, Jody, at IrelandFamilyVacations.com. Thank you so much for listening, and until next time, slán go fóill.